Hello, Collective. Happy November 17th, 2022. Apologize for yesterday. I was outside. I was really cold. I think I said in my chart reading that Scorpio moved into Sagittarius. I apologize. The correction is Venus moved into Sagittarius yesterday. So I apologize for that. I'm much warmer, and I think I'll do my readings inside. For the 17th, from Malachi 3, verse 9. Basically, if anything like a hair on your head is disturbed at this time, it's going to reverberate because you're a chosen one. So if you're disturbed, it's going to be a disturbance in the infrastructure around you. So just be aware of that because you were chosen as an angel on earth to bring forth these messages. And Malachi 3 verse 9 talks about that. Like, you've robbed me and the whole nation's getting robbed. Yeah. So if they're robbing you at this point, then other people are going to have an impact as well. It's because you just came to deliver truth and love. And if they're abusing you, there's going to be abuse that reverberates off from that abuse. Like a pebble. Like when you skip a rock, it's going to look just like that. So, no fear. So, for November 17th, 2022, somewhere news observes an SOB. Somewhere news observes an SOB. We have whoever rents, someone resents. Whoever rents, someone resents. We have newborn honesty. Newborn honesty. We have Soho men are severed or served. The Soho men are severed or served. Isn't Soho a location? I'm very far away from there, but that's the letters I got. 3 teen bones sent to Reno. 3 teen bones sent to Reno. We have herbs sent to sewer by home. There are some herbs sent to sewer by home. And we have hymn notes on riot. Hymn notes on a riot. Maybe you'll see a vigilance candlelight where there'll be hymns after some sort of disturbance. SWOT, SWAT sent north. There's a SWAT sent north. There's an REV dot, which is like abbreviation for a reverend. Went to toy them. We have EMS sent to home, and then we have REV again. Owes whomever so money. Owes whoever so money. Over here, I got some names. Looks like Henry, Brent, Tom, Bo. Yeah, that's for the 17th today, which is an 8 if I just keep it simple. I like to put 8 on its vertical, so it's eternity. You can get rid of me, but guess what? That symbol is always there. Mathematically speaking, it's always there. Yeah, I like that, because you're always here. Collective, your job, you have a job even if you're deceased, which is kind of nice. The chart for tonight. So yeah, I'll try and read these right today. There's a lot of pain in the emotional in the moon. See, it's in Virgo. There's a lot of pain going on for a few of you. There's a lot of pain for your heart. Maybe like a lack of abundance, a lack of dreams coming true. Because see, that's all opposition of Neptune and Jupiter right now. But there's this nice Yoda from your borders and safeties. This is from the borders and safeties from Spirit on the borders and safeties to you and your heart. So maybe you can't see it, but there is protection, and the Most High is making sure that the borders and safeties are in place for that protection, which is really awesome. Yep, there's just a lot of discord as to what has happened. But we have a Grand Trine in Earth. There's a Grand Trine in Earth today. That's a defense mechanism. That's probably the core of what your day will exist of right here. Boom, that Grand Trine in Earth. With a moon in Virgo, a Pluto in Capricorn, and the Uranus, the tribe, in Taurus. So there's this heart connection to your new tribe and the transformation of that new tribe while it's going through these changes. And these big red triangles talk about those changes. So yeah, the Yoda's in Aquarius. So that would help a lot of the Aquarius out because, you know, there's those red lines. Like there's just some borders and safeties that were crossed. There just was a lot of ego damage. There's a lot of ego damage right now. They didn't want this change. And it's like being forced at this point, which who likes being forced at anything, right? But you collective are well aware in a spiritual sense that it doesn't have to be that way, that there's a kinder way to release these obligations. This just to me looks like someone who got in over their head. I'll be really honest. This is someone who said that they could pay the bills and they couldn't. This is someone who paid a lot of people. They paid a lot of people collective. And then when they couldn't pay him anymore and were promising, your life became more the focus. Like, well, as soon as this person's gone, this money will be here. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm really sorry. I really like it. But, you know, they're watching you. They're making sure, you know, is she stable? Is she recovering? Is she reappointing herself? Every day, every day. So, Spirit wants me to talk to you about wintertime, warming up your cars, leaving kids in the car while you're warming up your car. When I was 5, I was put in a station wagon with my handicapped sister. My handicapped sister cannot walk or talk. The PIC, person in charge, left us in there to warm up the station wagon and went in the house. I don't know, about 20 minutes later, that station wagon ended up going through the family room wall. We had a big hole in our family room wall with the station wagon. I remember being 5 years old, running around going, "Sister broke the house, sister broke the house." I don't know how, but that's evidence of angels. Because I believe, collective, that they were hoping that we would be gassed in that car that morning. I really do. Somehow, the handicapped sister, who was in the front seat, because I was in the back, managed to pull it into gear, this old station wagon, and hit the gas and go right through that wall because she knew. She knew. What I think is nice about the person in charge is they left the music on for us so we could just go off into a pretty place. Yeah. It's little things like that you have to look back on and go, really? Where was the heart in all of that? You know, my kids know. I never lock them. You know, if they're outside waiting for me, I'm telling them, look, I'm just going to pick up a few things in the house. And they usually just come back in and wait for me. They don't want to sit out there. And I would never, you know, they know. They can roll the windows down. They can, you know. And I would never leave them in a car without those abilities for them to know how to do that. But yeah, 5 years old. And you could speed that up another 5 years. And the PIC, person in charge, gave me car keys. I was 12. I was 12 at the time. To a Cutlass Supreme Oldsmobile. I was 12. Said, go ahead, take the car. The other person in charge who owned the car wasn't home at the time, which was really random because they were always home. So I was just going to ride my bike, but my bike happened to have a flat tire. So I was like, great, okay, yeah, I'll take the car. I had no idea that that car had power steering. I had driven farm equipment, so I was really, you know, cool with that. Well, farm equipment and Cutlass Supreme Oldsmobile are two different things. They drive completely differently. The sheriff said that instead of hitting the brake, I had happened to hit the gas, and we were like airborne 30 feet, I think, upside down in a ditch. I was lucky to be alive. Why a PIC, person in charge, would give their keys to a 12-year-old, I have no idea. I wasn't supposed to make it then either. But I did. That's evidence of angels. Just saying, just saying. It's evidence of angels. Yeah, today's a quiet day because internet is off. So I bought a little CD player. I'm listening to CDs. I'm reading books today. But it's weird. It's weird to be disconnected. I can watch you guys, like, I only have so much data on my phone, so I probably won't watch many of the readings today. But yeah, you don't think that was planned? Well, we'll just disconnect that and see how she deals with that. And back in 94, you know, it's like, okay, I remember what I did. It just takes me a while. It just takes me a while to shift gears. Think how you operated in 1994. You know, think back that far. It was a little different. It was a little different. I know I appreciate far more things than I was aware of then. Hey, another example of black magic and how it can completely ruin your life. I was offered a job like 98, I think it was 1998, for a guy who bought real estate. He said, all I need you to do is go use the microfiche at the courthouse and pull records of homes on probate. He gave me like some criteria of properties he was interested in, because he scooped up properties that were either in, I think they were in like tax default or something like that, but his company would scoop them up. So all I had to do was like use the microfiche at the courthouse, make copies of that, and then mail them to him. And he'd pay me like, I don't know, 10 cents a record or something. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but I was just out of college, and I thought, you know, I really appreciate this. So I enjoyed that job. But as soon as my family found out that I had that job, guess what? Within 90 days, I was like maybe 90 pounds. They had to come and get me out of that basement apartment. My hair was falling out. How does that happen? Why would that happen? Oh, maybe because they didn't want me looking at court records. And it was, you know, I just happened to say, yo, I have this job, you know, I'm pulling all these court records, but because I had to go to different counties to get them. So I may be in Latah County or Boise County or Ada, whatever county, it would switch it up. You know, I was going maybe counties in different states too. I just have to be in a different state to pull those records. So they didn't like that. And I recovered from that, whatever was on me, hex spell. But they made it look like I was the unstable one. Like that's something that no. I had a pretty cool job. The guy was really cool. I didn't even have to see him. I just talked to him on the phone and mailed the records to him. They didn't like that. So there's just examples of things that might have come up in your life that were sabotage and you never knew how or why. And there's nothing worse, collective, than walking in a world where everyone knew more than you did. Everyone around you knew more than you did because of the secrets. And I got really tired of that because you were just being nice. You were just wanting to live your life. But there was always some secret. It was holding you back from something. So the beginning of this message, our favorite person, da-da-da-da, Captain America, whatever he is. Okay. So yeah, it's him. He wants to come toward charging, bringing some inspiration to the collective. We need to bring you this inspirative news or this inspirative announcement. Bring you up a notch. Well, I'm okay. I'm inspired. Collective, if you tap into spirit, they're going to drop things on you that are incredibly inspiring. So you just have to tune into them like a little radio station. That's all it is. But this person's bound and determined that their news is going to like blow your mind. Okay, let me listen. Because it involves a gift. I'm going to read this one. That's the crossing energy, the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Good news about money. Good news about money. Woohoo! He's responsible. He's diligent. He symbolizes hard work and a mature attitude. He advises that you keep on top of money matters to avoid future shortfalls. You will be solvent, but avoid unnecessary extravagance now and focus on longer-term financial goals. New projects are favored. Amen. Okay, I'll take that news. Okay. Now remember, don't be breadcrumbed, okay? You've been breadcrumbed your whole life. You've been breadcrumbed your whole life. Yeah. It might be easier to just kind of hang in there a few more days and let some really good news hit you rather than the breadcrumb. You don't want to touch money that's tainted. You don't want to touch money that you don't know where it's been or how it's been used or... Yeah. So just be really leery of that. And your subconscious is, yeah, this really perverse livelihood of this person. I don't know how to get my head in this space. I don't know how. But this person broke your heart. This person said, look, I tell you what, we'll just let you live here. You pay your, A, B, and C. We'll pay your internet. Guess what? 2 months later, there's no internet. My son calls. Yeah, he had to open a new account. I asked him to do it 2 months ago. I said, look, it's time we get it in our own name. So hopefully that'll be resolved. But that's the way the control was. We want to control. See, we want to control you. Don't get in those situations, no matter how great it seems. But I have a feeling they did this to a lot of other people. We'll pay your cell phone bill, we'll pay your blah, blah, blah. Luckily, I was paying my own cell phone. I was paying all my other stuff. So that's the only thing that hit. But it's a big chunk. It is. When you consider it's, how I'm getting this story out. So this person in your subconscious is a heartbreaker. They want to break you. You're not broken. Okay? You're not broken. And every video that I make, I want that well aware. You can see that. Frustrated, yes. Think it's completely wrong. Sometimes wake up thinking I'm in the USSR. No lie. Because I feel like that this should not be. This should not be. How did this come to be? But it's been going on so long that it just became the sworn vow of the town. The sworn vow of the town. And they were all getting a piece of the pie. So why mess up the sworn vow of the town, right? Why break the circle? Why break the circle? Because it's tainted and it's not holy. And this person's done nothing to you. I had no part in the scheme of things. Whatever it is, collective. Keep your awesome readings up because it's starting to come down. But it's like, you cannot tell me that's what's going on. But maybe it is. You can't. Who are we to decide what knowledge is permissible? Who are we to who are you to know or not know if there's aliens out there? That's why I'm kind of nice to them, because what if they show up? I want to be nice, so they show up and they're kind to me, right? Because in the forefront of your consciousness is this person that also wants to run toward you. I'm going to read this one too. Knight of Swords. He's, he heralds a future battle that must, he's going to bring that enough energy and determination to meet the challenge with courage. So, and he's in the upright, so that might be someone to help you. Look, you need to fight the good fight. You need to have class when you're doing it. You need to just tell the facts, tell what you remember, and that's what I'm doing. Black magic is a really horrible thing to endure. I had to send some back this morning. They will put spells on you so that you are completely neglected in public or invisible to public or offensive to public, and you have no idea why. You just walked in to the bank, or you just walked into a store or a place, and all of a sudden it's like you got people like, oh, do you and you're like, what did I do? And you just walked in to buy whatever. But they will do that. to mess with your headspace, and so you have to send it back. Like, I'm not the enemy here, okay? Somebody doesn't want me here, and they're doing everything in their power to discourage me from participating here. Sorry, I kind of like participating. You're moving away from this energy, this rest. You know, no internet does bring you rest, so maybe some of you should turn off your internet for an hour or two, because it is kind of nice to rest. The energy that wants to come towards you is this person in charge, PIC, person in charge in the upright. See, I'm just picking up on this. I'm just picking this up, okay? See all this stuff growing on him, all that moss? This is moss, okay? This is a rock that hasn't been moved in a long time, collective. This rock is completely, my God, if you overturned it, there'd be worms and bugs and all kinds of stuff. And that's what's happening, is they're moving those rocks, the environment is, and they're finding these things. I think they wanted to find those things on you. But what they're finding are hospital records of broken bones, allergy attacks, bug attacks, abuse. That's what they're finding when they look up your stuff. This person just has moss growing. They need to change. They need to surrender to the fact that, yes, we had a plan in place. And yes, you were in the way of that plan. Just saying. There's a full energy. If they think they're going to come toward you with this, with their group, they know they can't, because you won't accept it. I don't think it's right to have to join a group, club, association for someone to be kind and help a person out. A person should just help another person because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. I love the fact that, oh, well, if you just come to church on Sunday, that's great, but I don't know who I can trust in church on Sunday. That's the truth. It has nothing to do with the people. It has to do with the people, PIC. Because I don't know who's been paid and who hasn't been paid. Who speaks on my behalf and who doesn't. Who was sent toward me to sabotage me and who wasn't. So groups, clubs, and associations may not be where I want to be right now. But a person who wants to independently help another person, that's an angel. That's an angel. That's who you want, collective. You don't want clubs, association dues, and fees. You don't need it right now. Your wish is that, yeah, there is some sort of offer from this legacy. You've removed yourself from it, but it wouldn't hurt to help you get on your feet and get out of the area. Obviously, they don't want you in the area, which is fine. You don't want to be in the area, period. But you can't move unless this person changes. This person has to change because they're making you stuck too. Yeah, I love every minute of it. Do you want to put me in the car and wait while you warm it up? Is that what you want to do? Roll the windows up and warm the car up one more time? Except now I know how to break a window. And the ending of this reading are the secrets. There's secrets out there. And collective, don't give up on exposing them. I thought I was yelling at my spirit guides because I get really angry, and I was like, just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth, spirit. That there's not enough money to send the National Guard in. That they'd have to be volunteers to do it. It was almost like that, yeah. They'd have to be volunteers to do it. I want you to volunteer to do what's right today. I love you, collective. Have an awesome evening.